Secretary Pinol, good to see you too. Let me ask my first question already. Ano po inyong reaction that incoming President Bongbong Marcos will be taking on the helm of the Agriculture Department for the meantime?
Brilliant move.
I'm sorry, sir?
Brilliant.
A brilliant move. Okay. Why?
You know, I've been there. And maski gaano pa kaganda yung mga programa mo, you have to go through a gauntlet. No? And the first gauntlet would be the economic managers, who would have to endorse your programs and your proposals to the DBCC, which is the Development Budget Coordinating Committee. From there, you have to go through Congress. At kung saan ay, siyempre, yung mga congressmen will have to lobby for their pet projects. Then from there, you go to the Senate, where you will be grilled and asked to defend your budget. I don't see this coming with the President acting as the Secretary of Agriculture. Ipapatawag ba siya ng Kongreso?
It'll almost be as if it's a shortcut when talking about the budget of the DA.
And this is a big break for agriculture, actually. This is unprecedented, Pinky.
Yeah.
This is the first time in the history of the country that the President has assumed the position in a concurrent capacity of DA Secretary. And I believe that this is a big boost to the agriculture sector.
Right.
Especially so, since he has emphasized that agriculture will be the foundation of his economic recovery program post-COVID-19.
But where should the focus first be?
You know, I took cue from his statement. Go back to the basic.
Yeah.
Indeed. Napakarami nating programa sa DA, sa agriculture, na minsan ay wala namang kabuluhan sa pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan ng ating mga mamamayan, saka consumers. Well, if I would interpret his statement of going back to the basic, I think he is going to address first what the Filipino people need. Number one, we all know that pinaka-importanting commodity, which is not supposed to be a commercial commodity, is rice, because it is a symbol of the survival of the Filipino family. Pag wala kang bigas sa iyong palabigasan, ikaw ng pinaka-pobreng Pilipino. Number two, I believe we will have to look at the basic food commodities needed by the Filipino family to survive this impending crisis. And I would be looking at fish sufficiency, poultry, pork, meat, vegetable, and fruits. And I think he will focus on these areas. And I have been hearing his repeated mention of the Food Terminal Incorporated, which I agree would be a very critical agency to ensure that there will be food sufficiency and supply stability in this country.
Not much has been really discussed or heard about the food terminal, but what exactly will its role be in ensuring some sort of food security in the country?
You know, Pinky, the FTI, or the Food Terminal Incorporated, established 54 years ago by his father, was actually the micro-level implementation of the traditional market day in many towns and villages all over the country, where the farmers bring their produce to the market, the consumers go there and buy it.
Okay.
Ito yung macro. Now, why is this critical to our food sufficiency program? Because our problem in the country is not really the lack of food, but the very difficult process of transporting goods, food, commodities from one island to another.
Logistics.
Which you know that it is more expensive to bring bananas from Mindanao to Metro Manila than to ship Cavendish bananas from Davao to Japan. So ito yung problema natin. But with FTI, kapag na-organize mo yung FTI in the key production areas to buy the produce of the farmers based on the identified basic food commodities needed by the country right now, then you will be able to stabilize kasi nationwide yung operations, nationwide yung network, which the private businessmen and the private traders cannot possibly do. Only government can do that. You transport goods from one province to another, but first you come up with a national food supply and demand map to determine which province produces what commodity in excess of what it needs and which province needs it. So ito yung role ng FDI expanded on a national scale.
What about the agencies under the Department of Agriculture that the incoming president was saying that need reorganization or restructuring?
Oh yes, I agree. There are actually agencies of government under the Department of Agriculture that should be downsized. No? Retrofitting ka nga. Kailangan maisama na doon sa ibang ahensya kasi nagduduplicate na yung functions.
Which agencies would these be?
Well, number one, VSWM and NIA. NIA is now under the Department of Agriculture. That's the agency in charge of irrigation. BSWM, Bureau of Soils and Water Management, is also involved in small irrigation. So those are duplicating functions actually.
Okay.
Isa yun sa mga tinitignan natin na pwedeng i-gather into or i-lump into one agency para maging effective na isa na ang programa. Yung programa for example sa farm to market roads, ang daming ahensyang nagsasagawa niyan. DA is one, DAR is another, Philippine Coconut Authority, NIA is another, DTI, tourism. All of these programs actually could be lumped into one program. The Rural Roads and Bridges Construction Program. Para lahat ng pondo, isang plano lang. You know, experience namin yan, Pinky.
Oh, interesting.
Nagbabangga yung mga kalsada.
Opo, how interesting you say that. Because farm-to-market roads, Secretary, parang madaming mga ahensya na kailangan o pwede mong puntahan when in fact pwedeng parang sinasabi niyo iisa lamang. Secretary,
yes.
Unfortunately, I've run out of time. Just very quick. Ito ho bang 20 pesos per kilo ng bigas? Achievable ho ba ito?
Alam mo, tinatanong ko niyan, kung gusto ng presidente, pwedeng gawin, but it's not advisable. It's not economically viable. It will cause government financial losses, big time.
Because basically, government will have to subsidize it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because the rule of thumb, Pinky, is the price of rice divided by 2 is the price of palay. So kung 20 yung bigas mo, 10 piso lang yung palay ng farmer, malulugo yung farmer, hindi papayag yun.
All right. Former Agriculture Secretary Manny Pinol, sir, thank you also for your time.
Thank you, Pinky.